A one-game elimination. I like those comments from Coach Gosick because every game, yes, Oswego is in a pretty good spot now. In that second spot, has the potential to get that first spot in the SUNYAC. But every game now, it's going to be against really good teams who you're going to face potentially in the playoffs and going forward. So you got to be playing your best hockey right now. And every game, you got to get better at something. You got to get better at reducing the penalties, get better at getting more shots on goal. Something you can improve on every game is going to be huge going forward here.
Leon was talking about all press conference. It was playing defense and making sure you're in the right rotation when guys are up the top of the key, down low. Caleb Cook, in a lot of those games they came back, I mentioned the Oneonta game, the New Paltz game, a couple of those big games in the regular season. Huge plays. Made a 3 from the corner, made some big defensive plays to end the game. I think a guy off the bench is going to be huge.
You got to get it from guys that might not be on the top of the roster sheet. So it's going to be huge going forward here because Shane Bull, Tyler Flack has that goal, but when you don't have your top guys, who's going to step up? And every single championship team, every team that can win a big game in the SUNYAC and in hockey overall has those guys to step up in big moments.
Last year you guys had a big run to the Elite Eight. A lot of guys have been here 5, 6 years. Yours your second year here too as well. You went on a big run last year. What's one thing you took from that run last year that you can take into this year knowing to go into the NCAA tournament? We're glad to be joined by head men's lacrosse coach Andrew Daly. Thanks for being here today, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Starting off, you guys have won 4 in a row. Kind of what have you seen from your team? Obviously, you lost the first 3 at the beginning of the year. What's changed in the past couple games? What kind of made you make that big jump? I know you kind of hit on that, but also what has been the best thing you've done this year that you feel like has been really impactful for the Oswego community? Some local and national news. The Syracuse native Brianna Stewart has re-signed a 1-year deal with the New York Liberty. This will be Stewart's second year with the New York Liberty as she rejoins star Sabrina Ionescu in a championship push, trying to give Liberty their first title in their franchise history. Liberty went to the NBA Finals last season and will bring back the same 5 starters from that season, and they'll keep going forward with Brianna Stewart. Well, the heat is rising in Oswego, and the men's lacrosse team is feeling the same way, as they have won 7 straight after losing the first 3 games of the season. The Lakers got their last 2 wins in a huge fashion with 2 straight double-digit goal scoring, starting with a 12-8 win over New Paltz Saturday and a 14-4 win over Keuka on Wednesday. Zach, undefeated in the conference and 6-1 record at home, is certainly a place that makes Coach Andrew Daly very happy. Charlie Griegas finished his prestigious Oswego wrestling career Saturday, finishing 5th in the NCAA tournament in the 174-pound bracket. After this weekend, Griegas cemented himself as a 3-time All-American in a season where he also broke the Oswego matches won record with over 130 wins in his career and 30 this season. Lakers, and I think overall, underwhelming year, I think, for Oswego. I think they started off to a pretty good start. I mean, you knock off 2 #1 teams in a season, but then you kind of have some laps there. You play St. John's, get some losses there. I think this year, last year was kind of the year for Oswego to take advantage because Plattsburgh and Geneseo lost a lot of 4 double-digit scores, which is not what we've seen in the past for Oswego because it's really been one player kind of getting it done. But in this game, they really shared the wealth, and they have a lot of players that when you need a bucket, they can go to a bunch of different people here, and they've showed this weekend that they're really.
And on the Oswego side, you got a lot of guys meshing in. Third line tonight, Brock Kulecki, a freshman coming in. See kind of how he mixes in there, gets a chance to really figure out team chemistry. I think the chemistry is really going to be a thing tonight that we're going to look at. See, you missed 2 of your top leading scorers last year. You have Shane Bull coming back. You have Cal Buffalo coming back, who had 9 and 8 goals respectively last year. And you have guys coming in who hopefully the recruiting class can get some goals and run a gun offense here for Oswego. A lot of losses against some of these teams, so it's going to be really interesting to see down the stretch where can they figure it out, and hopefully they're playing their best hockey at this point of the year. The Minnesota Timberwolves team. How about second quarter now? Carl Anthony Towns driving in with authority. Throw it down, big man. Get up there. Big dunk there for Carl Anthony Towns. Has 28 points and 9 rebounds in this game, and we saw him do it from the low block. How about from the right wing? Knock that one, Carl Anthony Towns. 4 threes in this ball game. Key player, been on fire since that All-Star game performance. 3-2, 2 outs in the 9th inning. Juan Soto, opposite field single. Running around is a score for the Yankees. .529 average, big acquisition here for the Yankees. 4 RBIs in this first season so far. But Kyle Tucker, a chance to save the game. Sliding catch there for Alex Verdugo, another new Yankee for the Red Sox. Yankees 4-0 for the first time since 2003. Game they've had that much of a struggle with was that Cortland game we saw here at home, where they could have get going on the offensive and defensive side. But non-conference has not been great, but in the conference they've done really well. And on a Oswego team, you got to like that. You face a lot of these teams you're going to be playing going forward, and you got to have confidence in that overall.